10 greatest poems ever written. The road not taken. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveller long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally laid leaves, no steps had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling you this with a sigh. Somewhere, ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in the wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. The new Colossus. In the midst of this vast comparison of the ancient and the American losses, it still manages to clearly render. Not like the brazen giant of the Greek fame with conquering limbs that stride from land to land, here as our sea was, sunset gates shall stand, a mighty woman with a torch whose flame is the imprisoned lightning, and her name, mother of exiles, from her beacon hand. Glows worldwide welcome, her mind eyes command the air-bridged harbor, that twin cities frame. Keep ancient lands, your storied pomp, she cries she, with silent lips, give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, and the raged refuse of your teeming shore. Saying these, the homeless tempest tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. Wow. Ozymandias. I met a traveller from an antique land who said too vast and trunk his legs of stone stand in the desert near them on the sand. Half sunk a shattered vestige lies, whose frown and wrinkled lips and sneer of old command tell that is a sculptor. Well, those passions read which yet survive stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them and the heart that played, and on the pedestal these words appear, my name is Ozymandias, king of the kings, look on my works, ye mighty, and despair nothing beside remains round the decay of that colossal drag, boundless and bare, the lone and level sands stretch far away. Ode of Grecian Urn. Though still unravished bride of quietness, though foster child of the silence and slow time, Sicilian historian, who canst thus express a flowery tale, more sweetly than ever rhyme, what refringed legend haunt about thy shape of deities of mortals, or both in tempo the dells of the Arcady? What men or gods are these? What maidens lot? What mad pursuit? What struggle to escape? What pipes and timbrels, and what wild ecstasy? Heard melodies are sweet, but those unheard are sweeter. Therefore, ye soft pipes play on, not to the sensual ear, but more endeared pipe to the spirit deities of no tone. Fair youth beneath the trees, thou canst not leave thy song, nor ever can those trees be bare. Bold lover, never canst thou kiss, though winning near the goal, yet do not grieve. She cannot fade, though thou hast not thy bliss. Forever will thy love and she be fair. Ah, happy, was that current shaped your leaves, nor ever bitter spring at you, and happy melodies unwearied, forever piping songs, forever new. More happy love, happy love, forever warm and still to be enjoyed, forever panting and forever young, all breathing human passion far above. These leaves are hard, high sorrow and cloyed, a burning forehead and a parching tongue. Who are these coming to the sacrifice to what renal tart, O mysterious priest, leads so? Their hair flowing at the skies and all is silken, flanks with garlands dressed. What little town where river or sea, shore or mountain, built with peaceful citadel, is emptied of this folk, this pious morn, and this little town that streets forevermore? Will silent be, and not a soul to tell why thou art desolate can ever return? O Attic shape, fair attitude with red of marble men and maidens overwrought with forest branches and the tortured wheat, Thou silent form, thou stays as all of thought, as doth eternity cold pastoral. When old age shall this generation pass, thou shalt remain in the midst of other woe. That ours, a friend to man, to whom thou sayest, beauty is truth, truth, beauty, that is all ye know on earth and all ye need to know. Wow! The tiger burning bright on the forests of the night, with immortal hand of eye, could frame thy fearful symmetry. In what distant deepened skies burnt the fire of that eyes? Of what wings dare he aspire? What the hand dare seize the fire? And what shoulder and what art could twist the sinews of thy heart? And what thy heart began to beat? What dread hand and what dread feet? What the hammer, what the chain? And what furnace was that brain? What the anvil, what dread grasp? There is deadly terror's clasp. What the stars threw down their spears, and what did heaven with the tears? Did he smile his work to see that he made the lamp, make the tiger burning bright in the forest of the night? What immortal hand or eye dare fame thy fearful symmetry? On his blindness. When I consider how my light is spent, or half my days in this dark world in white, and that one talent which is death had to hide, longed with me useless, though my soul more bent to serve there with my Maker, the present, my true account, lest he returning chide, doth God exact day labor light denied? I fondly ask with patience to prevent that murmur soon replies, God doth not need either man's work or his own gives, who best bear his mild yoke. They serve him best, his state is kingly, thousands as his bidding speed, and post over land and ocean without rest. They also serve who only stand and wait. Wow! The zam of life. Tell me not in mournful numbers, life is but an empty dream, for the soul is dead that slumbers, and things are not what they seem. Life is real, life is earnest, and the grave is not its goal. Thus thou art, to thus return, was not spoken of the soul. Nor enjoyment and not sorrow is our destined end of way, but to act that each tomorrow find us farther than today. Art is long and time is fleeting, and our hearts, though stout and brave, still like muffled drums are beating funeral marches to the grave. In the world's broad field of battle, in the buick of life, be not like a lamb-driven cattle, be a hero in the strife, trust no future, however pleasant. Let the dead past bury its dead, act in the living present, heart within and God's overhead. Lives of great men all remind us, we can make our lives sublime and departing leave behind us footprints on the sands of time, footprints that perhaps another sailing over life's soul and main, a forlorn and shipwrecked brother seeing shall take heart again. Let us then be up and winged with a heart for any fate, still achieving, still pursuing, learn to labor and to wait. Daffodils. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over wells and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of gold daffodils beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze, continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. They stretched in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads and spraggling dance. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. For oft when my own couch lie in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude, and then my heart with pleasure fills the dance with the daffodils. Daffodils, wow! Holy sonnet, death, be not proud. Death, be not proud, though some have called thee mighty and dreadful, for thou art not so. For those whom thou think'st thou dost overthrow died not, poor death, nor yet canst thou kill me. From rest and sleep, which but thy pictures be, much pleasure then from thee, much more must flow, and soonest our best men with thee do go, rest of their bones and souls' delivery. Thou art slave to fate, chance, kings, and desperate men. And those with poison, war, and sickness dwell, and pop your charms can make us sleep as well and better than thy stroke. Why swells thou then? One short sleep past, we wake eternally, and death shall be no more. Death shall not die. Thou shalt die. Wow. Sonnet 18, William Shakespeare. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. Sometimes too hot the eye of the heaven shines, and often in his cold complexion tempt. And every fair from the fair sometimes declines by chance or nature's changing coals untrimmed. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou awest. Nor shall death brag thou wanders in this shade, in his shade, when in eternal lines to time thou growest, so long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee. Wow! Pretty, pretty, pretty.